Welcome back. We're going to be looking at a fairly classic pattern here, the Black Peacock Spider. There's going to be a little variation on it, which we'll discuss as we're going through the video. But this pattern, as I'm trying to do with the next few patterns, is perfect for both small still waters and obviously some of the larger reservoirs, and also on the rivers. An absolute pattern, a proven pattern rather, that just catches fish year round, all around the world basically. So 100% get yourself a few of these tied up in your box, be that, like I say, for the rivers or obviously the still waters and reservoirs. So as per usual, we'll go through the materials as we're using them. To begin with, in the vise, I've got a size 12 wet fly hook. It's B175 that I use. Time thread that I'll be using is the Unithread 8.0 in black. So obviously some Peacock Hurl, black hen Hackle, and obviously some Opal tinsel. So to begin with, we're going to take a small length of our time thread to create a tag, and then we're just going to catch on behind the eye. And like with most spider patterns, our body is going to start at the point of the hook. So we don't want to go to the back of the hook, we're just going to go there to the point. So that tag piece, we can put in our material clip and make sure it's out of the way. We're then going to come in with our Opal Mirage, which is going to be our rib, which we can tie in, like so. So I'll take this all the way back up to about 5mm before the eye of the hook. And then I'll then come in with my peacock. So we're going to use 2 strands of peacock, and we're going to tie them in at the tips. So again, I'll tie those in, and I'll just hold everything back, and we'll work our way back down to that point of the hook, like so. And that's where our body will start. So open turns back up, like I say, about 5mm before the eye of the hook. We'll come with our scissors now and make sure everything's neatened up and trimmed up. So we're going to wind our body on. So we take our tag, our time thread tag, and our peacock curls, and we just give them a little spin between our thumb and finger, like so. And all that time thread does, it helps to obviously secure those peacock curls a little bit more, because it's quite a fragile material. And then we're just going to work our way back up, touching turns, creating our body. And as you can start to see, the whole idea of the Black and Peacock Spider is to represent a number of insects, mainly a beetle type of pattern. So once we get to there, just before the eye of the hook, we can obviously come and catch that in. So 3 turns to secure it, 1 in front, and then again we can come in with our scissors and just snip those away. And as usual, I'll just make sure that time thread is pushed away so I don't catch it. Stroke fibres back, and we'll just take a few turns just to make sure everything's secured. Next step is we're going to take our rib, and as usual we'll go the opposite way. But what I like to do is I like to do a full turn at the rear of the fly, just to add a little bit of a hot spot. And then in wide open turns we bring our Mirage tinsel through. So that'd be 3 turns to get us back to the eye of the hook on a size 12. And then we can come and secure that in with our 3 turns. So the original pattern obviously wouldn't have had this Mirage tinsel running through it, but it's something that I've used recently, and it just adds a little bit that kind of 3rd dimension to the fly. I really like it. It's kind of proven itself to me over the time it's been used. So we've got our hen Hackle. Obviously, like I say, it is a black hen Hackle. So I've selected this. We're going to strip away the fluff at the base of the Hackle, and then what I'll do is I'll come in with my Hackle pliers, and I'll pinch the tip of the feather, and that's going to give me my tying point, because I can stroke those fibres back like so. And when I take those Hackle pliers off, that'll give me a nice little tying point. It can be a little bit fiddly, but take your time. So we'll trap that in. We'll take 3 turns to secure it, and then with that tip there, if we stroke it back, we can secure it again. It just makes that fly a little bit, the Hackle a bit more secure. So we'll come in then with our scissors, and we can just snip that tip away. so it's out of the way. Give it a little tidy up. Now with the spider pattern, we don't want to overdress it with a hackle, so we don't want to be taking turn after turn after turn. So what I like to do is I like to let the hackle fall down naturally with the weight of the hackle pliers, and then I'll stroke the fibres back like so. And I'll take one turn, I'll take 2 turns, and this is where each hackle is kind of different. So I can't say to you it's 3 turns, it's 2 turns, because it all depends on the hackle that you're using. So that's going up to 3 turns, and to me that looks about right. Like I say, you don't want to add too much to it, so I'll secure that with a few turns, and I'll come one in front of the eye. And while holding that tying thread, if I pinch on that stem and pull down, it'll break away nice and easily. So what's left to do then is obviously just to finish the fly off with a neat head. So I'll take a few turns with my tying thread. I've caught a fibre there which we can get rid of, and then all that's left to do is obviously give that a whip finish once we've created our head. So I'll come in with a 5-turn whip. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and there you have it, the Black and Peacock brought up to the 21st century with a opal mirage rib running through it. Obviously I'll add a little bit of varnish to the head and let that dry, but as you can see it's a pattern that's going to catch just as well on the rivers and the still waters. Obviously if you're up in Scotland and stuff, the lochs, and obviously some of the wild lins, Welsh lins as well. So hope you've enjoyed that one. Hopefully you get a few of those tied up, and let me know how they work for you. All the best, and I'll see you again soon.